Good morning, Olive, Arlo, and Frank. This is Grandpa, and I'm sitting in the living room in Jack's Beach, and we're going to dive into chapter 5 of Exodus today. Now, we're going to see Moses go to Pharaoh, and through a series of meetings with Pharaoh, eventually, spoiler alert, God will deliver the children of Israel, and they'll be able to leave Egypt and go to Canaan. And so it seems like it's a battle between Moses and Pharaoh. But what it really is a battle between the God of Israel and the gods of Egypt. Now, all of your relatives who live in Egypt, I doubt if any of them believe in these gods today. They're probably Muslims. The majority of Egyptians are Muslims. But back then they believed in a whole bunch of gods. So as we prep to get into the plagues that God uses to show that the gods of Egypt are no God at all, and that He's the creator of the universe and the one true God, we're going to have this on in the background today, and just so you start to see the array of gods that the God of Israel is going to be showing are powerless against Him. Chapter 5, verse 1 says, Afterward Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, Release my people so that they may hold a pilgrim feast to me in the desert. But Pharaoh said, Who is the Lord that I should obey him and release Israel? I do not know the Lord, and I will not release Israel. So Pharaoh believes in maybe not all of these gods that we're seeing in the background, and we're only in the A's. This is an alphabetical list, and we're just in A's, and there've been a few. So they had a multitude of gods, and they didn't all believe in all these gods for the entire history of Egypt. And this isn't a treatise on worship in Egypt. It's just an interesting thing to have in the background as I read this prep chapter, getting into the actual battle. And they said, The God of the Hebrews has met with us. Let us go a 3-day journey into the desert, so that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God, so that He does not strike us with plague or the sword. The king of Egypt said to them, Moses and Aaron, why do you cause the people to refrain from their work? So it's like, no, I'm not going to let you go. Well, no, you need to let us go, because this God is going to strike us with famine and, what was the other one, plague? Plague or the sword. So He's going to strike us down if you don't let us go. And he goes, Oh, you doing this, coming here, is causing them not to work. Well, let's see about that. Return to your labor. Pharaoh was thinking, the people of the land are now many, and you are giving them rest for their labor. That same day, Pharaoh commanded the slave masters and foremen who were over the people, You should no longer give straw to the people for making bricks as before. Let them go and collect straw for themselves. So they go from every day they show up and work at work, and they have to work probably 12, 14 hours a day. But now he says, we're not going to have the stuff you need there for you. You're going to have to provide that yourself. But you must require of them the same quota of bricks that they were making before. So they would take mud and straw and make bricks out of it. Do not reduce it, for they are slackers. That is why they are crying, let us go sacrifice to our God. Make the work harder for the men, so they will keep at it and pay no attention to lying words. So he's taking the tack here of, I'm going to lower the hammer on them, and they're going to ignore Moses, because I'm more powerful than Moses. And he's going to keep thinking that till the children of Israel are across the Red Sea, and his army is dead at the bottom of the Red Sea. So the slave masters of the people and their foremen went to the Israelites and said, thus says Pharaoh, I am not giving you straw. You go get straw for yourselves, and wherever you find it, go get straw for yourselves wherever you can find it, because there will be no reduction at all in your workload. So the people spread out through all the land of Egypt to collect stubble for straw. The slave masters were pressuring them, saying, complete your work for each day, just like when there was straw. The Israelite foremen, whom Pharaoh's slave masters had set over them, were beaten and were asked, why did you not complete your requirement for brickmaking, as in the past, both yesterday and today? So what he's doing is giving them a task that's impossible. They were slaves. They were already working their butts off every day to produce the amount of bricks, whatever it was. But now they said, you're not going to have the advantage of having straw. You need to go, and they have to go out throughout Egypt and find this straw. It's not like they can just pick it up off the ground. The Israelite foreman went out and cried out to Pharaoh, why are you treating your servants this way? No straw is given to your servants, but we are told, make bricks. Your servants are even being beaten, but the fault is with your people. But Pharaoh replied, you are slackers, slackers. That is why you were saying, let us go sacrifice to the Lord. So he's saying, you're not holy people that want to go out to the wilderness and have a feast and celebrate God. No, you're just lazy. So now, get back to work. You will not be given straw, but you must still produce your quota of bricks. The Israelite foremen saw that they were in trouble when they were told, you must not reduce the daily quota of your bricks. So what he's doing here is he's given them the impossible task, even though he's getting less bricks made than he was before. But he's doing it to break their will. He wants to demoralize them and have them go, I give up. Pharaoh, you win. Because Pharaoh thinks that this is a battle between him and Moses. And he's wrong. And we're going to see that the people also believe that this is a battle between Moses and Pharaoh. When they went out from Pharaoh, they encountered Moses and Aaron standing there to meet them. And they said to them, "May the Lord look on you and judge, because you have made us stink in the opinion of Pharaoh and his servants, so that you have given them an excuse to kill us." Moses returned to the Lord and said, so he's he didn't run into Pharaoh and go, "What are you doing? Let's bargain." Now he's like, "Oh crap, I better go back to the source. Better go to Daddy." Moses returned to the Lord and said, "Lord, why have you caused trouble for this people?" So what Moses knows is there is trouble. And the trouble was caused by what he said when he went into Pharaoh and made his demands. So he's going like, "God, you made trouble. Like, I thought this was going to be easy." And trust me, none of this is going to be easy. In life, the good things of life are never easy. They're always hard, and they're a lot of times pretty scary, but they're worth it. Why have you caused trouble for this people? Why did you ever send me? From the time I went to speak to Pharaoh in your name, he has caused trouble for this people, and you have certainly not rescued them. So, let's pick up here next time and get into chapter 6, which is going to be leading up to the first of the 12 plagues that are placed on Egypt by the Lord. And we'll once again go into this with whatever this woman's name is here. That's the problem. There's subtitles, and the subtitles are over top of the names of the gods. But till then, peace out.